Minnesota Governor Tim Walz on Saturday urged the public to stay home amid several nights of unrest in Minneapolis over the killing of African-American George Floyd by police. Speaking at a news conference on Saturday, Walz urged Minnesotans to help by staying off the streets after an 8 p.m. local curfew.
Rest assured, in this case, goodness can win. Righteousness of what we need to do tonight is motivating a lot of good women and men out there that'll defend you.
In Minnesota, where Floyd died Monday after a police officer pressed down on his neck for more than 8 minutes, Governor Walz activated more than 1,000 National Guardsmen, promising a massive show of force to protect the city. As demonstrators around the country protest police treatment of black people, President Donald Trump's response to George Floyd's death is also being criticized. AP correspondent Ben Thomas reports.
I stand before you.
In a speech at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, President Trump called Floyd's death a grave tragedy that's filled the country with anger and grief.
Healing, not hatred, justice, not chaos, are the mission at hand.
And he vowed his administration would stop mob violence.
And we'll stop it cold.
But the president's tweets on the matter continue to draw ire. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says he's dividing the nation, invoking the rhetoric of 1960s segregationists and glorifying their tactics.
These comments are an attack on humanity, and they are an attack on Black America, and they make my city less safe.
Ben Thomas, Washington.
For more, visit our website, voanews.com. You can also follow us on the VOA mobile app. This is VOA News. For the first time in 9 years, a U.S. rocket has lifted off carrying American astronauts to the International Space Station. Saturday afternoon, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket with the Dragon capsule aboard carried astronauts Douglas Hurley and Bob Behnken into orbit from Launch Pad 39A at the Kennedy Space Center.
2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
President Trump and Vice President Pence watched the launch. Afterward, the president said he was amazed at the power of the SpaceX rocket.
Incredible, the power. You wouldn't think that machine, as big as it is, it looks small from here, could have that kind of power, make that kind of sound or that vibration.
The launch is a cooperative effort between NASA and SpaceX and is the first commercial launch to carry U.S. astronauts into space. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine said the launch represents what humanity can achieve when people work together.
I've heard that rumble before, but it's a whole different feeling when you've got your own team on that rocket. And they are our team. They are America's team. This is Launch America.
The astronauts are scheduled to dock with the International Space Station on Sunday. The Islamic State group in Afghanistan has claimed responsibility for a car bombing that killed 2 journalists in Kabul on Saturday. We get more from AP's Zaria Shakali.
A ministry deputy spokeswoman says a bus from Khurshid TV was the target. An official with Khurshid confirmed the deaths of 2 employees. He said 2 wounded were in critical condition. A Taliban spokesman denied involvement in the attack on his Twitter account. I'm Zaria Shakali.
Senior scientific advisors warned Saturday that England risks losing control of the coronavirus pandemic again because it is starting to lift its lockdown without a fully operational track and trace program in place. Reuters' Edward Barron reports.
Sunseekers in Britain headed to parks and beaches on Saturday, just days before lockdown measures are set to be eased. One of the slowest countries to lock down, Britain is now one of the worst hit. To allow some parts of the economy to reopen while curbing the virus spread, a test and trace system was introduced on Thursday. It will ask the contacts of people who've been infected to isolate for 14 days. The government says they're taking cautious steps to ease the burden on lockdown and keep the virus reproduction rate down. But some scientific advisors say the system is untested and risks being overwhelmed by the infection rates, currently around 8,000 new cases a day.
That's Reuters' Edward Barron. For more, visit voanews.com.